everyone. Thank you for joining me here for this exclusive one-on-one spotlight interview. Norm Foster's Outlaw is going to be performed at the Victoria Playhouse in Petrolia beginning August 4th, running through August 16th. Walter Learning, who is the founder of Theatre New Brunswick, he's an actor, producer, well-known in theatre, movies, and television, and he's a scholar and a gentleman. We had the privilege of meeting this very multi-talented man, and he's going to talk to us right now about his involvement in theatre and some interesting personal stories as well. Let's go to the one-on-one spotlight interview right now out in Petrolia. This is Walter Learning. Well, this week on the entertainment scene, it's certainly an honor to be sitting here with this gentleman we're going to talk to you right now. He's founder of Theatre New Brunswick, and wow, you've just really got a long resume to talk about. Walter Learning, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
It's great to have you here in Petrolia as part of the Victoria Playhouse and Outlaw.
Oh, yeah.
But let's talk about you and some of the relationships that you've made over the years, and let's go right into Norm Foster.
Oh, well, Norm and I have known each other for a long time, over 20 years now. And Norm, of course, lives in Fredericton now,
Right.
which is where I live as well. And I just came from directing Norm in his play Hilda's Yard,
Yeah.
which is selling out at the Upper Canada Playhouse in Morrisburg.
Oh, that's great.
And I've done a lot of Norm's plays. I directed, one of the shows I did here was Skinflick with Norm.
Right.
And David Nairn from Orangeville, and I directed Separate Beds here as well.
Yes.
That was all about 5 or 6 years ago.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm sort of coming full circle.
Yeah, and it seems to happen, you know, in this business that you go away for a while and then you come back to people that you've missed. And,
Absolutely.
And rejoin again with.
Well, the original production of Outlaw was done 10 years ago at Theatre Orangeville.
Right.
And Darren Keys, who was in this production playing the young Canadian, was in that one as well. Now he's not so young. But
Right. Yeah, okay. We'll let you share that if you wish.
But it's great to work with Darren again.
Yeah.
And having been directed by David Hogan,
Yes.
just let me tell you a little secret here.
Okay, share. Give us some scoop on David
David
Hogan.
Hogan's very first professional acting job was for me when I was the artistic director of the Charlottetown Festival.
Is that right?
And he played Gilbert Blythe in Anna Green
Oh,
Gables.
wow.
for me.
And how long ago would that have been?
That would have been 1988.
That's great. We got something on
He
Dave
was a
Hogan.
mere pup.
He's going to chase us both down for
Oh,
that
yeah, he
information.
will.
Now, you've done both TV, film, and theater.
Yeah.
And I always like to ask the question, do you have a favorite to perform in?
Well, I don't think anything quite beats the stage.
Yeah. What is it about that?
You're getting that immediate feedback, eh?
Yeah.
You do a film, 8-10 months later, a year later, it comes out, and you might go and see it in the cinema and that. But when you do something on the stage, the audience is the other essential part of it.
Yes.
They're there, and they make it happen every night.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of Outlaw?
Oh, I think...
I know that's a tough question, but there's certainly...
it's not. It's the whole dressing up as cowboys.
I saw you with a bit of a holster on when we came in there.
Well, the part I play is Roland Keats, and he's the cattle baron. He has 5,000 acres and is a multimillionaire, and he really is the law in this little small community of Baxter Springs. Yeah, so that's great fun. And Norm has always loved the Western.
Right.
He really does love the Western. He's always wanted to write one, and he gotten on to this one. And not easy to write a Western that has a story about a young Canadian boy being accused of murder and possibly be hung, and make it a comedy.
Yeah, that's.
But his
I'm
magic
interested to see how that occurs. Actually,
Norm has this wonderful capacity to write beautiful characters and people who are accessible to an audience, and the audiences generally like the people. And he's successful in this, and the show is very funny. It's very funny.
Do you have a particular? There's different types of comedies. Satire or personal or...
Norm writes comedies that are essentially plays of words. He is really, really great with the language. I like farce. When I finish here, I'm home for a couple of weeks, and then I'm going to Australia to direct a farce there. And I've done a lot of farces up at Upper Canada Playhouse, so they're great. But I got to tell you, doing farce and doing comedy, it's a lot tougher than doing drama.
Yeah.
Drama is, in a certain sense, easier.
Yeah. Is it a timing thing?
It's the timing and the energy.
Yeah.
The energy is just, yeah. If you're not tired when you come off stage after doing the comedy, something's wrong.
Well, you certainly don't look tired, Walter.
Let me tell you, inside the old man is dying. I've been going since 5 o'clock this morning.
Well, good for you, but it's going
no.
to show on the stage for sure. Let me ask you a personal question. You ever get over seasickness?
Well, that's interesting. Now, where the hell did you
That's
pick
Google
this up?
for you.
My
Because you were a little boy, right? And you worked on
my
a boat.
Lord,
and-
you heard about that?
Yeah.
Well, I come from a small village called Kittaviddy, which was a fishing village.
Yeah.
And by the time you got to be about 11 or 12, you started to go out in the boats, the cod boats, pulling the cod nets.
Right.
And normally, you didn't learn it first off in your own village. You were sent to another village.
Okay.
And I was sent to a village of Pooch Cove, where my father's sister had married into a family of fisherfolk. And in that summer, when I was 12, I went down to Pooch Cove. And up we get, 5 o'clock in the morning, and the lunches are packed, and down we go, and we get into the boat. And Uncle Levi and Matt, his brother, we head out to the trap lines, which are about 12 miles out the bay of
Okay.
Pooch Cove. And we get out, and they're just about to start hauling the trap, and I am so seasick. I am going to die. And they had to turn around, let the trap loose,
Yeah.
turn around, and drive the boat all the way back in and let me out. I was shamed.
Yeah. No, but you look back now, but you laugh, right?
I laugh now, but oh my God. I was sent back home to my village. I never, ever went out to pull a cod trap again.
Wow.
Yeah. My God, how did you find that?
Yes, well, it's Google. I got to
my
admit,
Lord.
it's Google. Walter Learning, thank you so much for being here. And
My pleasure.
It's a great pleasure to meet you and
And
talk
you.
with you. And Outlaw.
Outlaw.
Yes, currently at Victoria Playhouse here in Petrolia. And we're going to be following up on some other things happening here in Petrolia. But this is definitely, I can't thank you enough for your time here
My
today.
pleasure, sir.
Walter Learning, we're talking with right now. And we're going to go back to the studio and give you some more information about how you can get your tickets for Outlaw. Walter Learning, thank you so much for your kind and generous time here. Really meant a lot to me. Walter Learning gave me about another 20 minutes of his time in conversation after we stopped the interview. So thank you, Walter, for that. That really meant a lot to me. I want to say a special thank you as well to Dave Hogan and all the cast that was out there performing and rehearsing for this performance. They allowed me to interrupt and set up a nice spot for us to do the interview. So thank you all for that. Simply go to thevpp.ca to get all your ticket information, get your tickets, and some seasons tickets still available. There's some other performances coming up as well we'll be talking about in the future. Thanks again for watching this exclusive one-on-one Spotlight interview.